So the Ryan Garcia trial continues. Gervonta Davis comes to Ryan Garcia's defense saying they're doing everything to take this win away from Ryan Garcia. And ultimately, I feel like what the sport of boxing is trying to do right now, and what Tank is particularly trying to do, is to make his win over Ryan Garcia look even better. Because obviously we know Ryan Garcia lost to Tank. That was a big fight. Say what you want, the stipulations and restrictions, I do think played a factor, the catch weight, the rehydration clause, but ultimately Ryan Garcia lost that fight. And I think in this process of Tank, coming to Ryan Garcia's defense saying he's not cheating, he's not on PEDs, is coming from a place of, obviously I was supposed to fight Devin, that was supposed to be the fight, the real test for a guy like Tank. But now, since Ryan Garcia is allegedly using PEDs, especially, tested positive for the day before the fight and the day of the fight. So obviously, and these are credible sources. This isn't just anybody saying it. So if you guys are wondering, who's really telling these stories, these are credible sources. So until something else comes out, you can't help but speculate. So it's not good news, but I do think that Tank is kind of coming to Ryan Garcia's defense because he wants to make his win over Ryan look better, because Ryan obviously did what he did to Devin, so ultimately it makes Tank's win over Ryan look even more impressive as a stoppage win. So it is what it is. I think this is the sport of boxing. Sometimes things like this happen. I've just always assumed that all of these guys, we're not cheating. I just mean like using some kinds of supplements. Like if every fighter was on the same supplements, that's something you can't guarantee. And some of these supplements help tremendously. And so, where do you draw the line between that and actual steroid usage? I don't know. It's a very, thin line. So ultimately what Ryan Garcia is being accused of, it's legit. It's a legitimate steroid. Ostarine is a legit PED, performance enhancement drug. So you can't help but think the worst. But at the end of the day, we all saw what happened, and the truth is, right now, boxing media is either siding with Ryan and siding with Devin Haney. And the truth of the matter is, no matter who you're siding with, because everybody is basically taking Devin's side, they're taking Ryan's side. The truth of the matter is that Ryan allegedly got caught for cheating, but that doesn't change the fact that Devin Haney got exposed in the ring. It doesn't change the fact that you still got caught with a big punch. Take Ryan Garcia out of the equation. Any big puncher now knows that if they crack Devin Haney in the right spot, they're probably going to get a win. So it's just two sides to every story. I'm not saying cheating's right. Obviously cheating is wrong, but you just can't help but you take into account the Victor Conte and the Vada relationship. It's just like, how much is really legit? How legit is this testing? Is what I've always wondered this. I've wondered this with Conor Benn. I've wondered this, with even Oscar Valdez, Canelo, all these guys. There's so many, big names that have been accused of it. Alicia Baumgartner as of more recent, but like how legit are these tests? Is it just like all of these athletes? You guys have to remember, they're not just drinking water, eating fruit, eating salad. They're all taking some kind of supplements to enhance their performance, but not necessarily PED. So where does the line get drawn with whatever they're taking? So it's just a lot. You see a lot of fighters in the UFC, in the sport of boxing, they're always taking supplements. So does this impact, despite them not necessarily being steroids on paper, it could still be used as a greater advantage. So it's just like, at some point it becomes who has better supplements. So it's just a complicated and touchy issue when it comes to the sport of boxing. But Gervonta Davis coming to the defense of Ryan Garcia was interesting to me, just because out of all these times, you were really happy about Ryan Garcia's win over Devin Haney because it makes him look better. Ultimately, that's what it is. And I don't blame him for it, because it does make him look better, because you're the guy that stopped Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia stopped Devin, the guy that was said to be, potentially your biggest fight and biggest test at, 140 if you came up to 140. But I never expected that. I think that the best fight for Tank right now is probably the Shakur fight, because we don't have to worry about him going up to 140. They're both campaigning at 35. They're both strong at 35. Their most comfortable weight, so why not make that fight happen for Tank? It was just interesting to hear. All the news is buzzing about Ryan Garcia right now, and the cheating allegations and testing positive. So he did test positive. That's a fact. But I'm just kind of questioning VADA right now. Like, how do you go about it? I know that for all of those people asking why would they let him enter the ring, these tests don't come out right away. It's not like one of those COVID tests that takes 15 seconds. These tests come out, 1 to 2 weeks later, and that's why you're hearing about it now. So it is what it is. It's not a good look for Ryan Garcia at all. And the New York Athletic Commission, they're talking about changing the ruling of the fight, the outcome, the result, into from a Ryan Garcia win to a no contest. And I think that would definitely be the appropriate change to make. But it's ultimately, I don't know. Like, we still saw what happened. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, I'm so conflicted because even though it's cheating, and if it does come out that we see these physical tests and they're positive, Ryan Garcia did cheat and use steroids and use PEDs, then that should definitely be taken as a no contest. Not only that, Ryan Garcia should also have to deal with the consequences and repercussions of taking a PED. But at the same time, we still saw Devin Haney get caught with big shots. There's still flaws in Devin Haney's game that got exposed. You can't take that away. That's ultimately what we saw. Steroids don't help you time a left hook. They don't help you land a shot. And obviously the power is affected and enhanced by these drugs, but at the same time you got caught. And I'm just take Ryan Garcia out of the equation, because whatever the case may be, is he losing his mind? Who knows? Did he use a PED? Who knows? He tested positive, so for the sake of time, we'll say yes. Take him out of the equation for a sec. If you put any guy in there with Devin Haney right now, after seeing what Ryan Garcia did to him, you're still going to pick Tank more comfortably than you did before, because now you saw what happened to Devin. Even if, Ryan was on PEDs, he should have to deal with those repercussions, but ultimately that still happened to Devin. You can't take away from what we saw. We saw him get clipped. We saw him, get exposed in terms of that jab, that bow and arrow jab, leaving holes in his game that, big punchers could exploit. Guys like Tank, guys like Teofimo Lopez, those are guys that I think could give Devin Haney a lot of trouble, even if they're clean. Who knows who's clean in this sport anymore? You got to imagine, if there are fighters getting caught, there are also fighters that are getting away with it. So who's your favorite fighter could be on PEDs. That's the reality of the sport. For me, I just assume everybody's on PEDs in the sport of boxing, because all the supplements they're taking, I wouldn't be surprised if these trainers, these strength and conditioning coaches are giving their fighters PEDs. We don't know. That this is just how the sport of boxing is. We can't monitor every little thing. So I just assume everybody's on PEDs. So, Ryan Garcia, I hope that somehow this isn't true, because it does tarnish his reputation, everything. That credit from this win is going to go away no matter what. Not fully. He still did what he did, but ultimately this could really stain his reputation and the way the boxing world perceives him, and has gained respect for him because of the Devin Haney win. Now kind of goes out the window. And at the same time, I gotta say to Devin Haney, this is a blessing. Like, at the same time, everything he's going through, the turmoil he's dealing with as a result of, dealing with his first loss, he kind of has some light now. His career is brought back to life. But ultimately, you still can't make those mistakes against guys like, Tank, guys like Teofimo, guys that are big punchers. You're going to have a hard time. And you got to remember that Devin's going to probably fight at 47 next. I don't think he should fight at 40. I don't think we're going to get the best Devin Haney at 140. I think the best and most healthy version of Devin Haney is at 147. The thing is that he doesn't have enough power to keep those guys off at 40. How's he going to do it at 47? But he's outgrown 140, so he can't make the weight comfortably and in a healthy way. So Devin Haney's also in a tough position as well, despite he's definitely feeling it right now, because his career is back, alive. Right when he thought he was done and trying to get over that loss, he hears this news that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PEDs the day before and the day of his fight. So it does bring you that attention. Like, this kid missed weight and he used PEDs, and despite my loss, on an even playing field, I beat him. So there's going to be that argument, but ultimately I still think that in a big way, Devin Haney felt power that he's going to be very careful about. now, and I'm just not sure if he'll still be the same. Like, we'll see. The only way to test it is if, you know, we see Devin Haney. We know he has the skills. It's just, you know, mentally, after taking a beating like that, you know, the PEDs don't take away the fact that, you know, you still took a beating, and what does that do to you psychologically? So we'll see how Devin Haney responds. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.